Hello, my name is Panther Knitter, and today I'm going to make a video on how to um, help snapshot your EPs with the Mythic Rhythm buff. This one right here. Every third hit from a spirit generator increases the damage of your next damaging spirit spender by 40%. I know it has a sort of vague wording. Maybe Blizzard didn't expect snapshotting to work with it, or I don't know, but I've seen like two videos and forums post about it, and there's really not. It's They didn't really go into great detail, and I had to learn most of this from by myself because a lot of the stuff just was sort of hard to follow. I didn't have like specific examples, so I'm gonna hope to help some of you who maybe are trying to push, higher tier greater rifts. So that's the goal of this video. This is my first time making a video in a very, very long time, and my first ever Diablo-oriented video, so just bear with me. So basically, I'm not going to go into any of the build stuff. If you want a build guide, you can go to like that or Dat Mods or Quinn or any of the other streamers. They have builds, they have videos, they have like Diablo fan stuff or something like that, or whatever that website's called. So first, I'm going to do a little explaining on how it works a little bit, and then I'm going to do like a Greater Rift 65, so I don't get one shot by ghosts. I have done Greater Rift 69, and this is the build that is currently being done in like Greater Rift 72 and 73 by like Michael and Quinn, and that mod's just did a 72 earlier today. And then there's a couple people 71. There's me with a 69, and basically anyone like 68 and above for the most part is running this. So it's a really strong build because you're literally doing 40% more damage, plus your assimilation stacks get snapshotted, I believe. So it's just a really strong build overall. So the way that MR works, from my understanding, is um, you have your spirit generator, which is Way the Hundred Fists with assimilation, and simply attacking three times, and then simply attacking three times with your Juliana's two-piece is not going to apply the MR buffed EPs. It's going to give the regular EPs that you have. So basically what you need to do is go up to a group of mobs and attack them, build up some assimilation stacks depending on if you want to snapshot the assimilation stacks, or you you go up to them, you hit them a little bit, you apply EP, you seven-sided strike, and the way I do it is I get around, I get my 15 stacks of the Gogook of swiftness, and I proceed to, after I get my 15 stacks and everything has EP on it, I hit them three times, and you'll be able to tell because it has this sound animation at the end with that little air bubble. And what you do with that is you run away. You don't do anything. Try to make sure you have Epiphany, and you spam a little bit of your mantra, and find the next group of mobs you want to kill. And then you would go up and manually apply your exploding palm, and then you're going to seven-sided strike to spread that EP. And if it doesn't spread all the way on the first try, you don't do anything. You dash and strike away, run around, and try not to die. And then until you can seven-sided strike your EPs around everywhere. So that's how you do that. Like, make sure you have Gundo gear, because that's what helps with this too, as well as like the Juliana set. And once you have it applied to all the mobs in the area, you can proceed to kill them. And make sure it's very important you have, Epiphany up, and you don't spam it, but you hit it once like you're in danger or something, your salvation, and then your dashing strike away with your blinding speed. It gives you extra dodge. So that's basically how it is, and you want to be, attacking them to get your spirit guards up for extra toughness, of course, obviously, and you just whittle them down. But those EPs will do 40% more damage, and they will have, if you did it right, assimilation stacks. So I'm going to go into 65 and show you guys a little bit what I'm talking about, because there's no mobs. I can't even do it on T10 because it would just one-shot everything. But this is just so I don't like get two-shot by a ghost or something. So when you go in, what I do is, you get your protection stuff on, you jump in, you find a group of mobs, and you attack them for a little bit. You build up some assimilation stacks, 7-sided strike. Make sure you have 15 stacks of Go Gook is like my rule of thumb, and then you attack 3 times and dashing strike away. Now don't do anything, because if you apply exploding, if you attack 3 times or do a 7-sided strike, you will waste it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up, you're going to find a mob around some density, and you're going to apply the 7-sided strike. And see how some of these mobs don't have it on there? You're going to spread it with your 7-sided strike. And you're just going to spread it until everything has, and then you're going to proceed to kill the pack. And as you see on like a 65 isn't too hard, but this is just doing a decent amount of damage. It's doing, what, 40% more damage. It's hitting for 1.2 billion as compared to my 800 million regular crits. So basically, what I do is once I've killed most of the mobs, I'm going to not die. Well, I'm going to get up, and once you've killed most of the mobs, you're going to build up another stack before you go into your next group of mobs, and you're going to get the MR buff and then run away to your next, and you're just going to keep on doing that until you either beat the rift or you can't, or you have to leave or something. This one has ghosts. It's a really bad rift, so again, don't do anything until you apply that manually, and then spread it. And then spread it till everything you have on it is applied, and then you can go ahead and kill it. And it's doing 40% more damage with an assimilation stack, so it's really nice. And just keep on doing this throughout the rift, and you'll be fine. I'm not sure like how well I'm going to this. I think I'm getting like the main parts down. So basically, if what you're going to do, say if this is at the end of you get your assimilation stack, and you run away, apply it, and spread it. But you just want like more density than that, obviously. You're going to spread it until you have everything on it with 7-sided strike, and then proceed to kill it. And it's really easy. Say I was done killing this group of mobs, and I would just get out of there. Get out of there with your MR buffed EP, apply it, spread it again. It's pretty simple once you get used to it. It takes a little bit of getting used to, though, and then you can go ahead and do your 3 attacks. It's not going to spread any bad EPs. The only way you can overwrite an EP is if you apply it. See, I applied it to that guy. He has a shit EP now. And you just do that through the entire rift. And I wish I could find like a power pylon. No, it's not over here. But it's basically what you do through the whole rift. If you get a power pylon, what you want to do is go ahead and get your MR. See, attack 3 times, run away, and then say this is the pylon, you punch it, apply it, and then spread it, and then just drag the mobs with you through the rest of the rift. It does you know, MR damage plus assimilation stack plus 400% damage from the power pylon. It's really, really, really overpowered. But yeah, you just keep on doing that, and I'm gonna find. I'm gonna try and whittle all these down until there's one mob left or something like that, so I can show you guys. Actually, no, I'll show you that guys in the video. I'm gonna go through a run through of my 69 and explain how I'm doing it in like a real-time situation. So I'm gonna leave this game and I'm going to bring up the video right now. Alright, so I did this earlier today, after hundreds of keys. Not to get 68 down specifically, but from 65 to 68 it took me like 300 keys after going up one by one, or 69, sorry. So we're basically going to start. I'm going to go into the rift. I'm not going to have the sound on because you can hear me smashing my keyboard, which is like you probably already did earlier. So basically what I'm doing here is what I normally wouldn't do, is I kill most of the first pack, which is not that smart. I'm sorry if this is like bad quality because I'm, you know, recording a stream, but see, I'm getting my assimilation stacks up and I'm just going to kill this. I wouldn't normally do this. I'm only killing this because it has stone boys and they're worth a lot, and unholy thralls, and what are those butt blasters called? I don't know what they're called. I forget. But this is like really those mobs, unholy thralls, those rock boys, and exorcists are worth a lot. So I just kill all those, and then you'll see when I'm done killing them, I'll stay and get my MR stacks. Um, we'll see here in a second. So I can go on to the next so I can go into the next group of mobs and apply that EP and spread it, so I'll have plus 40% damage against all the mobs. You'll be seeing me apply it right here on this guy. See, I applied it. I didn't hit that guy 3 times, so I didn't reset my MR. And I'm gonna go over here, apply it to that one dude, and I got lucky there because there was a lot of mobs. You usually want to apply it to like a corner of density and then spread it throughout the rest, but that was really risky. So I spread it until everyone had it, and now you can see I'm doing a lot of damage. And everything's dying really quick, and after I'm done killing Rock Boy and a couple of those Unholy Thralls, you'll see me build up another MR stack. See, I just left. Like, you don't do anything, and I hit him once for my Spirit Guards, and I'm running away to find better density, better mob types, because I think that was an elite. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to EP one of these mobs and spread it. So I just spread it to everything, and now I can attack freely. I can 7-sided strike freely, because if you 7-sided strike before you apply the EP, it's not going to do anything. It's going to reset your MR stacks, which is bad, and you're going to have to try and go back and find a mob or two to reapply it. But so I'm just going to continue to carry an MR to 1 pack, kill all of them. The last couple mobs, you reapply your MR and run away to another mob. I'm not going to talk about like any of the strategies, like how to stay alive. It's just dashing, striking for the extra dodge chance, all that stuff. So I got an MR. I'm coming up here. I'm going to just rinse and repeat. You're just going to keep on finding these big packs. This is a great density. This is, you know, high. Like, you got those fat dudes with 2 maces. You got stone boys, unholy thralls, exorcists. So, and you got a bunch of little scorpions to die so they can do more damage, like that. Like a bunch of scorpions just died there. And as you can see, my progress bar is going through the roof right now. Alright, I'm going to fast forward ahead a little bit. See here, I got done most of the mobs, and I'm going to get my assimilation up right there, dashing strike away, and find some density like there. I got really lucky because it only hits 14 times. It could have hit all the other mobs, but it hit that one and spread it like wildfire. And it's just going to kill everything extremely quickly. You would try to avoid killing elites unless you have a conduit or power, unless they drag like with you a long way, because it just takes way too much time. See, I just left. And I believe this is the end of this floor, and I found a conduit. That's a normal spot for a conduit, by the way, if you didn't know that, right at the end in that little area on the bottom right. And I killed the elites, and I had the decision to either go back because it was the end of the floor or go to the next floor, and I went to the next floor, which is the right call because I ended up, clearing this rift. Um, when you have a conduit up, you don't have to worry too much about MR because you're going to be seven-sided strike just to get the toughness so you don't die with a conduit up, which is pretty bad. And my conduit's out. Now I'm going to kill this little pack of mobs because they're at relatively low health. Got a bunch of snakes that are about to die. And I'm going to get my MR up again on this snake right here. I'm going to get the MR up and run away. And Unholy Thrall's a great XP. This is like one of the best rifts I've had in a while. And you just spread it and kill everything. Like those Unholy Thralls, just look at my progress bar. It's just going to go through the roof. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit because there's a couple of things I want to go over. Because I did get a power pylon. Did I already grab it? Wait. Oh, actually, right here, I ended up coming up here and finding a channeling pylon right there. This is when I grabbed it. And even with an MR up, it's really helpful with an MR up, but even if you don't have an MR up, channeling's just going to kill everything really quickly. Like, it's just so many seven-sided strikes, but it's optimal if you find a channeling just to make sure you go and either you maintain your MR stack or you go and get one. See, like, that elite died pretty quickly. I was also attacking it in the previous room. Now I'm going to go up and find I found a power pylon up here, and I want to explain that a little bit. I know Quinn's explained this pretty well, and he had a really good 72 rift clear with it. It was insane, and he carried it for like the entire rift. It was awesome. So basically, right now, I'm killing this small pack of mobs, and then I'm going to get my MR buff, and I'm going to find that power pylon. So it's going to be a stacked assimilation, MR, and power pylon, and it's just going to do so much damage, and I'm really far ahead of the timer as well. But with that, you would want to EP only goes for 6 seconds. See, I'm like, oh, power, okay. EP only goes for 6 seconds, so with your power pylon right here, you're going to see I'm not attacking anything, I'm just spreading it until everything has it on it, and then I see an elite up here, and I go up here, and I just keep on spreading it. And you're gonna see, like, I'm gonna drag. I died here, but if you die once, you're gonna have enough time to get up and reactivate it. Like, you immediately seven-sided strike, especially with a power pylon. So you can just reactivate it. If you die with a 5-second timer, those EPs are gone because EP only lasts for 6 seconds on a mob, and I almost fucked it up here, but I didn't. So, oh, I did mess it up. But I was so far ahead of the timer anyways, that it didn't matter. So we're just going to continue ahead, and there's one last thing I want to get to, which is how to apply MR to a Rift Guardian. It's really simple. Sorry for the lag. I didn't have this whole thing buffered. Alright, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to act like this. Well, I died here. I got one-shotted. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to act like it's, that first group of mobs or any other mob, is you're going to attack it, get 15 stacks of Goguk, which is, my indicator of when all my shit's going to. See, I 7-sided strike, I got it, I put my EP right there, and then I 7-side strike again. So now he has MR. And you don't manually apply EP ever again unless you die. So you just, all you do is your mantra, epiphany, dashing strike. You do everything else but press that button. And you just, that's how you do the boss right there. It's pretty simple. Crusader King's not the best boss. He's not the worst boss, but that's pretty much what I know. And I hope I was clear. If you want to, you can drop me. You can, if you have any questions, you can drop a question in the YouTube comments. This is my first video, so sorry if I was like awkward or didn't, if I was stumbling over my words. But if you have any questions, I'm going to try and answer as many as I can to my fullest knowledge. And we're just gonna watch this because, like with Bane of the Stricken, in the MR stacks, the boss is just gonna go down so quick, and especially in like the last 40%, like he went down pretty hard, especially with the cold proc up. Like I'm doing what 691 million to like 70 billion. That's without cold. And just doing so much damage. That's with MR. Without MR, it'd probably still be here. But that's pretty much it. I hope some of you get something out of it. If it's too confusing, either drop comments and the either drop questions in the comments down below. And if I see that it's just still too confusing, I'm probably just gonna remake the video and try to be more clear. So I hope I helped you guys with this, and hope you have a good day, and good luck trying this out in Rifts. It's hard but rewarding, and that's it for now.